The air was thick with anticipation as I approached the serene shade of the ancient Bodhi tree. Beneath its vast canopy sat the Buddha, his figure radiant with an otherworldly tranquility. His eyes, half closed, seemed to gaze inward, as if seeing beyond the veil of the material world. I knelt before him, the cool earth grounding me, as his voice broke the silence with gentle authority. My friend, suffering is the fire that burns in every heart, yet its source is often misunderstood, he said. His words hung in the air like the first rays of dawn, illuminating unseen truths. Suffering arises from craving, from our insatiable desire to grasp what is impermanent, fleeting, he continued. The Buddha's presence was magnetic, drawing my mind to focus with an intensity I had never known. Ananda, he said, the seed thrives in stillness, fed by the water of mindfulness, and nurtured by the sun of compassion. A soft murmur spread through the gathering as his words began to take root in their consciousness. Life is a river, ceaselessly flowing, ever changing, yet we cling to its banks, resisting its natural course, he said. The analogy struck me deeply, as I imagined myself struggling against the current, exhausted and unfulfilled. To understand suffering, one must first recognize its nature and embrace the truth of impermanence, he advised. The Buddha paused, his serene gaze meeting mine, as if inviting me into the vastness of his understanding. Consider the Four Noble Truths, the foundation upon which liberation is built, he said with quiet conviction. First, the truth of suffering. It permeates life, from birth to death, touching every joy and sorrow, he explained. I nodded, my heart heavy with the recognition of this universal pain that binds all beings. Second, the origin of suffering. It is born from craving, the relentless pursuit of satisfaction in an impermanent world, he continued. His voice was steady, like the flow of a river, unyielding yet gentle. The third truth is the cessation of suffering when craving is extinguished. The flames of pain subside, he said. Hope flickered within me, a fragile yet persistent light, as I clung to his words. Finally, the path to cessation. The Noble Eightfold Path, a guide to walk in wisdom, ethics, and mindfulness, he explained. I was awestruck by the simplicity and profundity of his teachings. Each truth a step on the road to freedom. The path is not distant. It begins here, in this moment, with the choices you make, he said. His words stirred something deep within me, an awakening of possibility and purpose. I bowed my head, overwhelmed by the clarity and compassion that radiated from his presence. Master, how does one walk this path when the world pulls so strongly at every step? I asked. The Buddha smiled, his expression a blend of kindness and understanding. As he prepared to answer, the mind is both a trap and a key. It is through awareness that one finds liberation, he began. His explanation was deliberate, each word a seed planted in the fertile ground of my awakening understanding. Right view and right intention are the first steps. Aligning your heart with the truth and your goals with virtue, he explained. Right speech, right action, and right livelihood follow, guiding your interactions and endeavors toward harmony and integrity, he said. I saw the interconnectedness of his words, a map unfolding before me, leading to a life of meaning and peace. Right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration are the final pillars, fortifying the mind against distraction and delusion, he concluded. Buddha said, walk your path with intention and courage, for it is through your efforts that the light within shall shine. He concluded, the Bodhi tree stands as a symbol of awakening. Let its steadfastness remind you of your own strength. I felt a profound sense of purpose, a knowing that this journey was both personal and universal. The Buddha gestured toward the vastness of the world beyond the Bodhi tree, his hand a bridge between the sacred and the mundane. Every moment offers the opportunity to begin anew, to choose wisdom over ignorance, love over fear, he said. His words carried the weight of timeless truth, yet they were spoken with the lightness of a summer breeze. I left that sacred grove with a heart full of resolve, the Buddha's words echoing in my soul. The path ahead was uncertain, yet I felt the strength to walk it, guided by his enduring wisdom. Each step became a meditation, a living embodiment of the truths he had shared. The journey had begun, he said. Hatred and anger are like a fire that consumes all who hold it, leaving ashes and suffering behind. A woman cried, "Master, how do we quench this fire when injustice and betrayal fuel its relentless flames?" Buddha replied, "Pour compassion upon the fire of hatred, for only love and understanding can extinguish its destructive power." A gentle breeze carried the scent of wildflowers and the soft murmurs of nature. I approached the Buddha, seeking his wisdom, as did many who heard of his awakening. Nearby, 5 ascetics gathered, their faces etched with skepticism and curiosity. Wary of the middle way he spoke of, they were thin from years of asceticism, their bodies bearing the marks of extreme penance. Yet, the Buddha welcomed them warmly, his presence radiant with compassion and understanding. "Friends, liberation does not lie in indulgence nor in self-denial. It is found in balance," he began, his voice calm. His words were like the ripples of a serene lake, spreading outward, dissolving doubts and inviting reflection. The middle way is the bridge between extremes, a path of wisdom and harmony, he explained. The ascetics remained silent, listening with a mix of curiosity and resistance as the Buddha shared the essence of his path. The Eightfold Path is a guide, a way to align your life with truth and freedom, he said. His gaze was steady, his words imbued with the depth of one who had walked this path. Right view begins with understanding suffering, its origin, its cessation, and the way forward, he continued. Each sentence resonated like a mantra, carving pathways of clarity within my mind. Right intention follows, purifying your heart, aligning your goals with compassion and renunciation, he explained. The ascetics exchanged glances, their skepticism softening as curiosity took hold. Right speech is to speak with honesty and kindness, avoiding falsehood, slander, and harmful words, the Buddha said. His voice carried no judgment, only the gentle insistence of truth. Right action leads you to live in harmony, avoiding harm to yourself and others, he continued. The ascetics leaned in, their resistance giving way to understanding. Right livelihood means earning your living in a way that supports life and does not cause suffering, he explained. Each word added another layer to the mosaic of the Eightfold Path, painting a picture of liberation. Right effort is the cultivation of positive states, the perseverance to overcome ignorance and distractions, he continued. Right mindfulness is the awareness of the present moment, the anchoring of your thoughts in reality rather than illusion, he said. His teachings were like stepping stones, each one leading closer to the realization of freedom. Finally, right concentration is the stilling of the mind, the focus that unites the self with ultimate truth, he concluded. The ascetics sat in silence, their minds wrestling with the profound simplicity and depth of the Buddha's words. This path is not a destination, it is a practice, a way of living in awareness and liberation, he said. His voice carried the certainty of one who had walked the journey and found its rewards. One of the ascetics, his voice tentative, asked, "Master, how does one begin the journey when burdened by doubts and attachments?" The Buddha smiled, his expression both kind and resolute, as he prepared to answer. Begin with intention, with the resolve to see clearly, to live rightly, and to let go of illusions, he said. Remember, he said to a disciple before departing, balance is a journey, not a destination, a practice rather than an achievement. The disciple nodded, his heart illuminated by the truth imparted, ready to embrace the wisdom as his own. His words became seeds planted in the soil of my understanding, each one bearing the promise of growth, as the sun ascended higher in the sky. The Buddha's teachings continued to unfold, each moment filled with depth and revelation. Let go of craving, and you will find peace. Embrace impermanence, and you will find freedom, he said. His gaze met mine, his eyes reflecting the vastness of his understanding, his compassion unwavering. The deer park became sacred ground, a refuge where seekers gathered to listen, learn, and transform under the Buddha's guidance. The world pulls at every step, yet the path pulls stronger. Trust it, and you will walk beyond suffering, he said. His words lingered like an echo, resonating within my heart and mind. The ascetics, once skeptical, now knelt before the Buddha, their hearts softened by the clarity of his teachings. Master, we seek to walk this path, to live in harmony with the truths you have revealed, they said. The Buddha welcomed them as disciples, his acceptance carrying no judgment, only encouragement. Together, we sat beneath the shade of the trees, the Buddha's words weaving a tapestry of wisdom, binding us in shared understanding. The Eightfold Path is not only a way to live, it is a way to be, a way to awaken, he said. His teachings bore the weight of timelessness, yet they were spoken with the lightness of presence. The deer park became a place of awakening, where the Buddha's words shaped lives, transforming suffering into liberation. He paused, allowing his words to resonate deeply, a mirror reflecting the gaps in human empathy. True compassion, Buddha continued, is not giving from abundance but from unity, recognizing no separation between self and others. Another day, another journey led me to the serene shade of a banyan grove, a haven of tranquility and wisdom. The grove was alive with a symphony of rustling leaves, chirping birds, and the gentle hum of life. Beneath the towering banyan trees sat the Buddha, his presence radiating peace and compassion. I approached him, seeking his teachings, as did many others drawn to his enlightened path. Among the gathered seekers was a merchant named Anathapindika, his demeanor both respectful and uncertain, burdened by the weight of wealth. The Buddha greeted him with warmth, his voice a melody of understanding and encouragement. Friend, the pursuit of wealth often blinds us to the treasures within, the riches of peace and compassion, he began. Anathapindika listened intently, his gaze fixed on the Buddha's serene countenance, as if searching for answers to unspoken questions. True wealth is found in generosity, in the act of giving without expectation, in the joy of lightening another's burden, the Buddha said. His words were like raindrops falling on parched soil, nourishing a heart thirsty for meaning. The merchant's voice trembled as he asked, Master, how can one live with generosity while the world demands so much? The Buddha's smile was gentle, his eyes reflecting a boundless ocean of understanding. Generosity begins with intention, with the desire to share joy and alleviate suffering. Even in the smallest acts, he said. The grove seemed to pulse with the energy of transformation as the Buddha spoke, his words weaving a tapestry of wisdom. Offer kindness with your words, offer empathy with your actions, and offer wisdom with your presence, he continued. The merchant nodded, his heart stirred by the simplicity and profundity of the Buddha's teachings. The Buddha gestured toward the vastness of the grove, the towering banyan trees a symbol of interconnectedness and shelter. The self expands through giving, through letting go of attachment, through seeing the world as one shared existence, he said. His teachings carried the weight of timeless truth, yet they were spoken with the lightness of compassion. Anathapindika knelt before the Buddha, his voice steady with newfound resolve. Master, I wish to walk this path of generosity, to live in harmony with the truths you have shared, he said. The Buddha's acceptance was unwavering, his presence a beacon of encouragement and guidance. Begin with the smallest acts, and let them grow. For generosity is a seed that blossoms into peace, he said. The grove became a sanctuary of awakening, a place where hearts opened and minds transformed under the Buddha's gentle guidance. Generosity is not the giving of possessions alone. It is the giving of yourself, of your compassion and understanding, he explained. His words lingered in the air, each syllable a balm for a weary soul. As the sun set, casting golden light across the grove, the Buddha's teachings continued to unfold, resonating deeply within me. To live generously is to live freely, unbound by the chains of greed and fear, he said. The merchant's face softened, his expression reflecting a profound shift in understanding and purpose. The banyan grove became a place of refuge and revelation, where the Buddha's words sowed seeds of liberation in the hearts of seekers. The world will pull at every step, yet the path of generosity pulls stronger. Walk it, and you will find peace, he said. His teachings echoed within my heart, their truth both timeless and personal. Anathapindika, inspired by the Buddha's wisdom, dedicated himself to acts of generosity, transforming his wealth into a source of compassion and support. Master, your teachings have shown me the way. I will build a refuge for others to come and hear your truth, he said. The Buddha's smile was radiant, his acceptance a testament to the boundless possibilities of transformation. Together, we sat beneath the sheltering banyan trees, the Buddha's words weaving a tapestry of wisdom and compassion. Generosity is the path that transcends suffering, the way to awaken the self and the world, he said. His teachings bore the weight of eternity, yet they were spoken with the lightness of presence. The banyan grove became a symbol of liberation, where the Buddha's words shaped lives and inspired hearts to walk the path of generosity. As I left the grove, the moon rising high above, I carried his teachings within me, a light guiding my way. The journey continued, each step an act of compassion, each moment a reflection of his enduring wisdom. And so, Buddha's teachings continued to ripple through time, inspiring all who sought wisdom, compassion, and the path to inner peace. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.